And I think we are back. If anybody out there who's watching the feed, if you've got any feedback for us, let us know. We were able to get this back and running on the laptop. I mean, Mr. Mott's amazing to begin with, but his ability to help cover our bacon on that was fantastic. So here we are. Second period now underway. Kennett with Hayes in the box for the next 40 seconds. Center ice, that's number 13. Rademacher puts it in. Back from behind the net. Work for it there, is able to come out. Zal's with speed all the way through the neutral zone. Makes the move in front, cuts all the way through. Couldn't really get a good shot, going off the outside of the net. Stealing control, gets bumped off, coming around the net. Fisher's there to support. Zal's puts it in, goes off a player. They're able to get it all the way down the length of the ice. It's wide of the net, but no icing. Zal is once again in the corner. Puts it all the way around near side. That's kept in by number 9, Mason Fedorov. Up to the line and moved out. Kelly tried to feed that to the middle, but went off a player. Working for it there in front, comes to Kelly. He's able to step away, gets a little bit of room, and he'll shovel it in. Back in the Harriton Oxford end. Near side, they outlet. It goes all the way through everyone and makes its way out to the neutral zone. Kennett takes over at their own blue line. Fed back down the other direction. Wrapped around in the corner. Dunn strips the puck there and stays with it, reverses and sends it back down low. Sends right out to the middle, opportunity. Shortledge kind of coming around. Couldn't find the hole. Harriton Oxford clears all the way down. Mr. Hayes is there. Backhands to the line. Colin Kelly picks it up at center ice. He'll put it in. It's from the wrong side of the red line. The referees were confused, weren't sure what was going on, so Kennett got away with one there.
Referees, thank you. The back referee is the one that's supposed to call it, and I think he thought, that's so obvious, I don't need to put my hand up. And then the front ref, who actually blows the whistle, looked back and said, well, you don't have your hand up, so I can't. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, opportunity. Shot there. Well, it's able to get a shoulder on that and keep it out of the net. Battle for in the neutral zone. Bodies go back and forth. It's Joseph Madonna, number 7. He was able to put it in. Kennett gets it out, deflected off a few. Kensinger feeds in. Able to get it to Rademacher. Into the corner. Tries to center it. Goes off a stick and into the back behind the net. Up to the line. Kept in by Fedorov. Wrapped all the way around. Schindler tries to get a stick on it. Goes right into the slot. And Kennett's able to move it out the center ice. In the Kennett end. Hayes kicks it back out. Harriton Oxford hems back the other direction. Fedorov gets the shot, goes all the way through. Kept in at the line. Hayes has got a little space. Comes up near side, goes off of a few all the way down. And that will be icing.
Well, I think for those fans that watch us regularly, when Oxford and Kennett played the first time, Oxford Harriton, we said, I think we're going to see a very different game the next time we play, because 4 of their top players were not at that game, and Kennett had the puck in their zone the entire time, and you can see it's a much more even game tonight.
Absolutely. Score currently 1-1. Tied up. We're just under 13 minutes here remaining in this second period. Kennett with the draw. all the way down. Mott puts on the brake, stays with it. Cuts through a few all the way across. Got it to Ganley, directs it in, and it finds the back of the net. And Kennett takes the 2-1 lead.
I don't know how it got the game there. Let's see if you caught the replay. Was it? Oh,
Nope, not sure what that was.
lost it. Well, I think I'd be, if I was a betting man, I'd say Mott to Fisher. Seems like whenever the three of them are on the ice, there's a goal and 2 assists every time. So nice finish by Fisher. You caught me studying my stat sheet, Ed. I actually didn't see that goal, except for the very end of it with the pass to Ganley and Fisher. I was trying to look at Oxford stats because I thought I had the night off tonight.
Almost did. Forgot a very crucial piece of equipment that allows the camera connect to the laptop. I'm going to guess that it's at home, or I do, which actually last week I tried to talk about my Star Wars podcast, but I didn't actually have our mics turned on, so people just kind of saw the screen and heard some music and didn't hear any of the things we said.
It was great. It was great.
We may cover that again at some point. In the offensive zone, Harriton Oxford's able to direct it out through neutral zone. Opportunity there for Rademacher, but he was stripped. Finally does get a shot off, but it hits the side of the net.
I think I've noticed a theme here in the second period, at least, where Oxford seems to be having one of their forwards exit the zone early and hang out around our blue line, and they're looking for a long stretch pass. Sometimes teams do that when they're like Oxford Harriton, they're short a player or short a bench, and they have to save some energy, so they don't want to come all the way back into their defensive zone.
There's actually 2 Ketzingers on this team. There's number 53, Kyle. Called out number 10 a few, or number 12 a few times, Jake. Shot, like it might have gotten through. Got a pad on that. Second opportunity goes up and over the net.
Yeah. A couple of good saves by Mott.
He tries to come in. Second opportunity there. Didn't see the shot, but definitely heard the pad save. Kennett in a little bit of disarray right now with this line, but back to the blue line from Harriton Oxford. They missed the mark, and it goes the length of the ice. At the blue line, was able to direct in, chase it down himself behind the net. Far side directed back down low. Done with it there. She'll wrap it around looking for Kelly. He tried to center it, but it went off the side of the net. Gathered up to the line, but kept in. Finally, looks like it's forced out. Came back in. Might have been offsides, but
yeah, I don't think that was offside.
Kelly with it behind the net. Drops it back down low. Shortlich comes up, prevents it from exiting. Kelly again with it. He's leaned on. Stays with it. Tries to center it, but it's deflected right back to him and along the wall.
I'd like to see him go low to high here, which means when they're cycling behind the net to get it out to their defenseman on the blue line to stretch out the Oxford defense.
Tries to go up there, but that could have been interference. On with it, he'll direct it far side to Ganley. Ganley takes the shot. Wasn't sure if he was putting that on net. Pocket center ice. Schillinger with it. Goes across. Fisher steps across the red line, and he'll fling it in. Lucas Mott there with it. Gets away from him. Jake Katzinger back out to the neutral zone. Kennett the other direction. Mott across the line, tries to make the move on Kyle Kanzinger. Kyle with it. It's on the brakes, drops it back. You think they're brothers?
I guess they could be cousins, but since they're, well, if they are, they're probably twins, because I think they were both freshmen last year.
Fisher in the corner, drops down low, gets it to Ganley. Ganley directs it back out to the middle, bounced off of something and stayed out of harm's way.
If they're not brothers and they're born in the same year, then they're probably cousins.
All right. Shot from Rabinowitz goes wide.
Maybe that's a question for their coach next time we play. You can do a little pregame prep.
Shot goes in. It was deflected, but I was able to get a pad on it. Actually, I don't think we have to worry about that. This is the second and final time we will see this Harriton Oxford team this season.
Oh, is that right?
I thought that we played them at least one more time, but I checked the schedule, and this is it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. I guess we do play half the teams 3 times and half 2, right?
Whistle behind the play. Looks like Lucas Mott was having a word with the ref. And he is going to get a 2 and 10 roughing and a misconduct. Let our clock catch up. We're just under 7 minutes remaining in this second period. Kennett leads by a score of 2-1. Looking to see.
Well, Coach Cucinato is not happy with the 10-minute misconduct. That was seemed a little quick for him to go right for the 10, but Lucas must have said something that the referee didn't like. Guess it's time to repeat. There's really nothing that can come good of arguing with the referee.
No.
I think Coach Cucinato is going to get the penalty here in a minute if he doesn't quiet down.
So Hagee will come over. He'll serve the 2 minutes. Keep Lucas company.
That's a big loss. That's half the game now. Lucas is going to be out half of the rest of this game.
So Harriton Oxford on the power play. Up to the point. Down along the wall. Goes all the way across. Got it to Mazzarelli. Behind the net. He's leaned together. They move it back up. Mazzarelli directs it down low. They played catch. Number 7, Joseph Madonna. Sends it across. Fisher gets a stick on it, and he'll send it the length of the ice.
If I'm the Kennett penalty killers, I'm happy that they just play catch on the sidewall like that. I'll just stand there and watch it. Save my energy, and there's no scoring opportunity there.
So half the power play has expired. Kennett does some good work in the neutral zone. They send it in. Schillinger's there. He's got Reinhardt leaning on him. From behind. He tries to deflect it up, but doesn't go out. The point shot hits a body. Kelly's able to get a stick and direct it out to the middle. 30 seconds remaining on the minor. Hayes, they come in. Offsides. It'll
be interesting to see what Coach Cucinato does with the Mott-Ganley-Fisher line, since Mott's going to be out for 10 more minutes. Wonder how he's going to reshuffle the lines. If I'll have a, I guess Lucas is, no, I guess Ben's the center. Wonder if I'll have a consistent wing on that line to replace Mott, or if he's going to rotate people through.
20 seconds remaining on the power play. It's across. That's read by Cerzales. It's across the line. Is that an offsides whistle?
Yes.
I wasn't sure. I didn't see anybody else in the zone, so I wasn't sure why they whistled that at first.
I think David may have had his skates in the zone first before he pulled the puck in, and that's
backed
what
in.
it was. Yeah.
Down behind. Linesman tried to get that out. Still in the zone. Power play has expired. Up to the line, but kept in. Shot hit Cerzales. Gets it up to Dunn. She'll go off the boards and out to the middle. Almost offsides, but delay.
Sounds like Dunn has a little cheering section here tonight. Get a little roar from the crowd every time she makes a play.
Rolls along the line. Heinzen was able to keep that in. All the way back down. Cerzales with it. He's got some little bit of space. Gets caught up behind. He's got a few to deal with, but still comes away with it. Directs it up the board. Stevie banked it ahead, looking for Kelly. Goes back in. Harriton Oxford was all sides, but they touch up. Kelly tried to get to it, but looked like he coasted a bit, and Katzinger was able to come in and beat him to it. Moved out to the middle. Schillinger rips it right back in. Behind the net, cut off there. Seabury looked like he was trying to center it, but it went off the outside of the net. And the Harriton Oxford team's able to come out of the zone. Kyle Katzinger gets the shot. That goes wide, comes all the way out, makes its way out to center ice. Rabinowitz collides there with Kelly. They both go down to the ice. Put in towards the net. Lucas calmly corrals that. Up to the line, but not out. Patted it around, tried to get a shot, nothing happening. Up to the line, but Cameron Brown up to Savory.
2-on-1.
Tries to feed it across, but I think that was Kyle Katzinger who laid out and prevented that pass. Reinhardt tries to get it in, but nothing happening there. Ganley turnaround shot from center ice. They catch behind the net, and finally they're able to outlet. Cross center ice. Gets around one, tries to get a shot off. Only got in the way of that one. Puck all the way up and out. Fedorov, she'll gather up in her end. Plenty of time there as Kennett was making changes. Cerzales cuts that off. Fisher tried to make the move at the line. Lost the handle on the puck. Back into the neutral zone. That one gets by Hayes. Mott comes out to settle it.
You left it, nobody wanted to get it. Except for the Oxford Harriton players.
In the corner, up to Ganley, he steps around. Fights off a check, still with it. into the zone, all the way into the middle. And Shortledge, and they find the back of the net. Nice feed there.
I'm laughing because I noticed they put Shortledge out with Ganley and Fisher, and I was thinking to myself, okay, Tate, if you want a chance to score more goals, what's a better option than going with 2 of the 3 here? And Ganley gave it to him. Tate cut to the middle, but he lost an edge. Fisher picked it up, threw it to Ganley, put it in. So see if Tate got an assist for falling down and having the puck hit him. Shortledge also bought a black face mask. He had a silver face mask. He bought a black one because he said the bright lights were too bright. He needed something to dull the lights, kind of like eye black, I guess. So
all right.
I don't know if that worked or not, but.
So we are under a minute to play in this second period. Kennett now with a 3-1 lead. In the corner, arm goes up. We'll wait and see what comes about from this one. Looks like 2. So 2 are going to go. Hayes and Rademacher. Both 2 minutes for roughing, so they'll offset, so there'll be no change as far as who's actually on the ice. They'll still skate 5 aside.
So I think Lucas can come back the first stoppage after 11 minutes and 50 seconds in the third. Nice block by Sarazelis.
Fed down low comes in. Mott makes the save. Second opportunity. He lays out and keeps it out. My clock has expired, but there's still 7 seconds remaining on the real clock that matters.
Is that the?
I don't know.
Is that our horn or was that the arena horn?
I think that's the arena horn, but I'm not sure why, because there's still 7 seconds remaining on the clock.
Penalties?
So 2 more looking like coming to the box. It's getting kind of crowded in here. So 12 and 17, that's Jake Kanzinger and Eric Heintzelman. They got, what do you say, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike, so I'm going to guess that they were talking nicely to each other.
Oh. I don't think these teams really like each other. I think that carries over from Kennett Oxford last year, and Kennett Harriton had a little bit of a rivalry last year too. And now, let's see.
So we are now in our second intermission. And I know our feed's not too bad, but I don't think it's the best that it's been with our technical difficulties we've had.
Can you tell how many listeners we have, Ed?
Well, see, that's one of the things that always throws me off because it says that there's 16 concurrent and 41 views. And a lot of times I think it would be the 41, like 16 are truly live.
Okay.
But the others are in some version of delay. I'm not sure. I really don't know how to read those numbers
They're
on
in
YouTube.
some form of alternate universe.
That's always possible. I mean, that is the big thing these days, right? The multiverse. Everything's a multiverse anymore.
Maybe they're doing a what was the Star Wars thing when you jump from one time, like you go all the way across the galaxy in like 5 seconds? What would they call that? Light speed or something? What would they do?
Yeah,
The
hyperspace, light speed.
Falcon?
Yeah, they made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Yeah, maybe that's where some of those people are. They're en route, Ed, to the destination. Well, hello to all of you watching. Thanks for watching and listening. I know Tate's mom, Yvonne, is watching tonight. She's not able to be here live, so thanks for watching, Yvonne.
So I think last time we threw this up, which was the, hey, look at that, I muted myself. I hit the wrong mute on thing. And you and I were talking over this the whole time, and no one actually got to see or hear what we were saying. And that was how, now it's 2 episodes ago on the Star Geeks, the Star Wars podcast I do, how I aired my Survivor audition tape. That was Star Wars themed. And that was the whole fun of it. But like I said, we were talking and no one was listening because I didn't have the microphone set up to work with that slide.
And I forget, did you put the link to your audition tape in the feed?
Well, that QR code brings you to the YouTube channel, and you can find that.
Okay.
It's the one where we reviewed the Family Guy Blue Harvest. So if you want an absolute laugh at my expense, which I put out there, so.
How many years ago was this?
24 years ago.
How much hair did you have?
Not much more than I have now, but I did have hair. So yes, that is one of the things that.
What color are you, Ed? Are you blondie? Are you
No.
brunette? What are you?
I had blonde hair when I was a kid, but it was a long time ago. Third period underway. And now with a 3-1 lead. We've got a lot of bodies here in the penalty box to start this third period. Puck up to the blue line. That one gets by Sarazales. And it finds the back. Good work there from Kennett to stay with the puck. They whack away and hit the back.
Well, I don't know how to describe this. I think Fisher had it in front, hit his back to the goalie, and flipped it on net. Halliday didn't cover it. He just dropped it, and I think Fisher just kept flipping backhands at him until one got by, I think.
So Kennett now with the 4-1 lead here in the third period.
Sounds like Lucas has a lot of friends that just went by the penalty box from another team that's playing next. I don't know who those are, but.
So from center ice, flipped into the Kennett end.
Looks like for the interim, they have Shortledge with Fisher and Ganley, and they have Showers with Kelly and Dunn.
Connected to the middle. Dunn's first one to it. With some speed, makes the move, comes in, takes the shot. Halliday has to fight that off to keep it from finding the back. Goes up and out of play, so we get a stoppage there.
Ella was looking for her first high school goal there. She had a good crack at it. She almost beat Halliday glove side, glove high.
Harriton Oxford wins that off the face-off. Rabinowitz with speed all the way in. Tries to go back to the middle, directed there. He had Fedorov. Mott was able to make the save and hang on.
So two of the, I don't know what to call them, trying to think of a word, are released from the box.
The offenders?
Yeah, that's a nicer way to say it. We still have 3 in there for between the teams.
Up to the line. Showers directs it over to Kelly. He shakes off a check. Cuts behind. Kelly puts on the brakes. He's taken down. Loses control, and Oxford Harrington heads out. With speed. Forced behind the net. The Reinhardt gets the shot, hits a body. Second opportunity. Hits the pipe, but stays out.
2 more are released. It's easy to say, and I know it's hard for 15 to 18-year-old boys to do, but I think they need to just stop focusing on the chirping and the pushing and the shoving and just focus on playing hockey and getting a win and get out of here.
You're asking a lot.
I prefaced it with, I know it's hard for 15 to 18-year-old boys to do this, but
Yeah. On the boards. Harriton Oxford behind the net. Tries to chip it up and out, and finally moves out. Saber leans on one. Brown there with him. I guess the puck must have hit something, went up into the bench. So they'll whistle that down. Just under 14 and a half to go in this third period. Kennett with the 4-1 lead.
So now that Hayes is back in the lineup from his hand injury, what do we have? Hayes, Sarazelis, Heinzelman, Schillinger, Cardello. Do we have a sixth defenseman or just five?
I'm not sure if there's another.
I think it might just be five.
Puck all the way across, shot there. That goes high and wide. Hits the glass and comes all the way out the center ice. Saber racing to get to it. He puts it in, but it was Neiman who was in ahead of the puck, so he had to come and touch up.
It's a good forecheck by Savory. Good hustle.
Here's the other direction. Into Oxford across the line. Lays out. Pass across. I'm thinking what that was. Must have caught a stick and goes up into the netting and out of play.
Well, that last play is something that you do not want to have happen when you're a coach. You have a 3-goal lead in the third period. You don't want your defenseman pinching and giving up 2-on-1s the other way, right? I mean, both defensemen, you don't need any more goals. Keep them back. Distribute the pucks up to the forwards. Just make sure you're locking the game down here.
Face off one. They go all the way around. Kept in at the blue line by Mazzarelli. Heitzman has it from behind. He's harassed there. He's able to get it. Makes it up. Hagee with it in front of the bench. He directs down. That goes all the way down for an icing.
I think Coach Cucinato would have liked to see Rowan take a few more strides with that and then chip it in.
I guess I didn't realize that how light the Harriton Oxford bench is tonight.
I think they just have 10 skaters, right? So two lines exactly.
So those penalties were especially hard on their bench. Ganley with it. He'll gain the red line and backhand in. Chase down himself. He's edged out by Kanzinger. There's able to go up the boards and move it to center ice.
Offside. Well, on that play, Ganley came down the middle of the ice and he dumped it into the corner. And Shortledge was on that side on the wing. I guess I'm going to have a talk with him on the way home and say, hey, when your center dumps it in your corner, you're supposed to get it to you. You don't watch your center go pick up his own dump.
This doesn't sound right when you say it.
Well, I probably could have phrased that better, but.
Heitzel middle backhand in. Fisher to it in the corner. They're able to wedge him off that play.
Shortledge he got a cat last March, and it's his cat, and he's in charge of the litter box, so he knows all about getting dumps, so shouldn't have been a problem.
Okay. Harriton Oxford's able to direct out, head through center ice. Deflects into the Kennett end. Into the far corner. It's all the way across. They were looking for Fedorov. Shortledge made a play on it. Backed off, so it came out to the neutral zone. Battle for it in front of the bench. Not the bench. Penalty box. Right there at center ice. Referee and everybody's telling him to move it. Finally forced all the way down, and Rabinowitz has it in his own end. A few moves out. Cross center ice. All the way into the Kennett end. Tries to center it. Does get through. Weak shot made its way over to Aiden. He'll cover that up. Lucas Mott gets a cheer for leaving the penalty box.
I think that's the way to defend Rabinowitz, number 10. He's one of the top players on the Oxford Harriton team. He likes to wind up behind the net and go from one end to the other. And Kennett can just flood in between the dots with players. And when I say in between the dots, I mean there's the face-off dots in the defensive zone, in the neutral zone where there's offsides face-offs, and in the offensive zone. And if you keep your 5 guys when you're protecting a lead inside those dots, you're clogging up the middle and making it very difficult to generate offense.
Fedorov directs one towards the net. Dunn's able to move it out through center ice. Fedorov goes back to pick it up from behind his net. It's pressure, but stays with it. He'll send it to the other side. Ends up getting.
Oh, sorry, Ed. No, I was just going to say that's a hard forecheck there by Taman, and that's exactly what you want out of this line. Is you're not asking them to score the goals, you're just asking them to make it hard on the other team.
Kelly turnaround shot. Holiday fights that one off. Backed up.
Holiday tripped himself up there.
That gets all the way through, and they had someone hanging right on the front doorstep. Mott came across to keep this a 4-1 game.
That was a 2-on-3 Oxford, and they got a excellent scoring chance. Jeez.
Opportunity there. They just put it towards the middle, and it deflects up and ends up in the back of the net. So Harriton Oxford's able to cut the Kennett lead in half. Score now 4-2. Just over 10 minutes to go in this third period.
Kennett needs to tighten up here defensively. I think they've seem like they're
got a little comfortable with that 3-goal lead.
They're just letting up a little bit. They're not pushing. They're not killing plays. They're just saying, well, I'll get it out, or I'll let them skate it in. You can't have that mentality. You've got to control the puck.
Mott with it. In the corner. Up to the blue line. Schillinger takes a whack at that. Comes right back up to him, and he'll direct it down low once again. DeWitt behind the net. Leans on Mazzarelli. Back up to the blue line. Schillinger has a little bit of space, steps in, gets a shot off, but it's a few bodies in front. Mott up to Hayes. Hayes takes the shot. That goes well wide. Deflects up and out of play.
That went so wide that it
I don't even know if it was a shot.
It hit a part of the boards that no puck would ever hit, and it bounced out of the ring.
See, I almost want to say he was intentionally wanting to put it in that far corner, but I really don't think that was it.
Let's chalk that up to his first game back from hand injury, so maybe he's still trying to get the
get that feel back.
Yep.
Puck flipped high. Heinzelman gloves it and drops it down. Able to get it up to Fisher. Fisher gets pressure there along the near side. Heinzelman in to help. Bounces to the slot. Harriton Oxford's able to move it up to the middle. Mott stands his man up. All the way across. That's Kanzinger was trying to come in, but kind of hit a Kennett wall. Retreats back into his own end. Rabinowitz cross center ice and in. It's by everybody into the Kennett near corner. It's been pushed into the wall. Up along the boards. Mott centers it for Ganley. Holds off his stick, but he's able to catch right up to it. Back to Mott in the middle, but he's well covered. Nothing there. So looks like Kennett's going to go back on the power play.
Is that another unsportsmanlike conduct?
Rabinowitz gets an unsportsmanlike. Correct.
Is that his second of the night?
I think so.
I wonder what he's saying. I guess I'd like to get him mic'd up. I'd like to hear what.
I think we'd have to change the rating on this if we started miking up players.
I want to know what. I want to know what unsportsmanlike
Conduct truly sounds like.
Give us examples here. I want to see real life examples.
So as always directs across, that goes off of Shortledge's stick. They're able to clear it out the other end. And on Mott, he'll set it up. David Sarazales will go back to get it.
I'm assuming he wasn't asking the Kennett players or the referees how their Thanksgiving won. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I can't imagine you're going to get unsportsmanlike for that one. Players are skating around. David's just kind of sitting there with it, letting the time tick away.
I think he's got to move it. I'm not sure why we're waiting so long.
Finally moves out and takes it the length of the ice himself. Cuts to the middle. Feeds it. Almost came right back to him. Tried to get it to Dunn. He's still on the puck behind the net. Puck squirts out in front. Harriton Oxford able to move it and go the other direction. It's Kanzinger. Gets the shot in on net. Mott makes the pad save. Dunn with it. She goes all the way across looking for Kelly. It was a little hot for him to handle. Fedorov directs it back the other direction. 45 seconds still remaining on the Kennett power play. Kelly at center ice. A little space to work with. Gains the zone. Goes wide, cuts to the middle. Shortledge wasn't in much of a position to do anything but direct it to Dunn. Up to the line. Sarazales takes the shot. That's deflected wide. Kelly turnaround. That one goes just wide. Fisher in off the bench. Gets muscled there. And they're able to send it down. Back into a whole crowd right in front of the bench. That could have been dangerous. Final few seconds tick away here on the Kennett power play. We are back to even strength. Heinzelman, we get a whistle. And I'm not sure what. Wait to see what the call is on this one. The referee comes over to fix the door in the penalty box.
You know,
was that what he was calling?
I think he did blow the play because when Rabinowitz left the penalty box, he left the door open, and that's dangerous. You can't do that. So I think they stopped play, and as a penalty, not penalty, but as a consequence, they're having a face-off in the defensive zone of Harriton Oxford.
He turns around and sends it up to Mott. Goes off his skate. He's able to gather up. Tries to step in the zone. Can't gain much. They go back and forth at the blue line.
Thought that was offside, but
that's, I was going to say, I'm not sure it was onside, but from where we were, I couldn't tell for certain. And it wouldn't matter whether I liked it or not because I'm not wearing stripes. Ganley gains, drops for Fisher. Back to Ganley. Tries to cut to the middle. That's knocked off of his stick. Hayes over to it. He'll shovel it down low. Mott tries to get over to it. They send it the other direction. Kanzinger from behind the net directs to the far wall, and they're able to outlet. Rabinowitz gains the Kennett end. Heinzelman was able to deflect it out. Mott with it. Ganley keeps it in the zone. He'll turn around. Mott chases it down behind the net. He's wedged off that play.
I have a feeling there's going to be more penalties before this game's over, Ed.
There's only less than 5 minutes to go in the game, so we'll see what happens. Heinzelman with it behind. Both teams are making player changes, so he'll wait till new line mates come out. Flex it through the middle, gets by everybody. Fedorov will pick it up in his own end. Savory tries to send it out to the middle. Drifts in on Halliday. He'll dive on top and take the whistle. Just under 4.5 to go in this third period. Kennett still on top by a score of 4-2. Faceoff splits the defenseman, makes it out to the neutral zone. Valley's turn around and whips it right back in. Fedorov in the corner. Over to Fedorov. Back out the center. Kinzinger brings it back in. Deflects over to Mason Fedorov. Gains the Kennett line. Bodies come together. Puck sits there for a minute. Yeah, I can see how this is getting chippy. You might get another penalty before we're done. Puck sits there at center ice. Neiman reaches over for it, but a few bodies come together after bouncing around. It's sent into the Kennett end, but from the wrong side of center ice, so that's an icing.
I base my prediction on, 1, past history with these teams, 2, the number of penalties and the somewhat physical nature of the game, and 3, the number of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties for talking at each other tonight. They've been doing a lot of chirping, so.
I think when we're finished, as we're wrapping up our broadcast and the referees come out, maybe we'll ask them what they're hearing. And we can tell everybody the next time we do this. Which, by the way, is Friday, December 1st. It's against Methacton. That'll be our first time facing them this season. Well, it settles down the puck. Kennett tries to outlet, but Harriton Oxford's able to keep it in. Tries to make the move to get it to the slot. It's finally forced out, goes in all offsides.
It was offside.
But Kelly's able to direct it over himself. Gets to it, gets the shot off, and he's taken down. Play continues. Oh. Nope, they'll whistle it down because I think the net came off.
Yeah, I think you're right. So next game is set Friday night at Iceline, Rink 3. Lots of seating area there, a lot of capacity for fans, family.
It's a Friday night, so
enemies, just random people.
Come out and join us.
Or as my daughter calls them, randos. Just a random person or somebody that acts weird.
Okay.
A rando. So any randos are welcome.
Absolutely.
Just bring your $5.
Will be set up over top of the scorer's bench. Play whistle down. About 2.5 to go here in this third period. Kennett still with the 2-goal lead. Battle for after the face-off. Gets up to Heinzelman. He's able to direct it back down. Fisher along the boards. He's got Greenberg all over the back of him. Puck flips up. Well, it's able to knock it down, but we've been in it, but it's with speed. Gains the blue line. He's got a few blue jerseys to deal with. Can't really do much with it. Finds his way right back to him, but Heinzelman's right there with him.
You can see there, Rabinowitz, he's an explosive player. He
battled around, puck goes up and over the net. Harriton Oxford is not giving up on this one yet.
They're making a big push here. I think they've got a lot of their top players out.
He backs it off the glass. It'll roll all the way down. Halliday has to make a play on it, so no icing. Ganley with it. Gets it down to Mott. He was looking for a cutting Showers, but that pass was deflected. Up to Heinzelman. He keeps it at the blue line. Fed it down low, is looking for Mott, but that got by him. Goes out the center ice. Put right back into the Harriton end, and we are down to the final minute of play in this third period. Witt was trying to slow down Kanzinger. Gains the Kennett end. Feeds it through the middle, goes off of a few. Way to the near side. Kennett's able to get it back out to the middle. Fedorov tries to go over to Fedorov. It goes in, and we get a whistle. With under 30 seconds. Did you get your penalty? Not sure what the whistle was.
Still 28.8 left, Ed.
You're not giving up on it yet, huh?
Let's see, is Hayes on the ice? No. Well, I'm looking at the Kennett lineup, and this lineup doesn't have a lot of penalty minutes written all over it, so maybe I'm going to lose my wager here.
Down in the neutral zone. Kelly works for it along the boards. It's by Dunn. Donna tries to get a shot off, but that goes wide. Out the center ice. Deflected in. Kelly with it along the boards. He's stripped of that. Final few seconds of this as they make center ice. Take the shot. There's the buzzer. And Kennett picks up their 5th straight win this season by a score of 4-2. So again, if you missed it, that next game is this Friday, December 1st at Iceline Rink 3 against Methacton. It'll be the first time facing them. Both teams come out the center ice for the... One of the things that I really do enjoy about hockey is the handshake at the end of the game. So once again, a special thanks to Mr. Mott for not only running the camera, but also bailing us out with our technical difficulties and picking up that first period for us. I can guarantee that that part that I was missing, I will buy an extra one of and keep it in my car somewhere. I won't have that happen twice.
One in your back pocket.
Yes. So once again for Mr. Mott, and Mr. Shortledge here with me, I'm Ed Henry. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on Friday.